HPV3 Claderis Refinery blue team. The Great Cornholio is a plague champion, starts off range combat with the damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Alongside final push, where's he gone? There he is. A Techmarine starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair and wade into melee even. And rounding off the blue team is some more chaos. It's zeetorq as a chaos sorcerer, offensive and disruptive commander, lots of game manipulation and control abilities with some pretty strong offense too. This is the Thousand Suns elite scheme recolored. Red team, we've got double Imperial Guard. First up is XPhial as an Inquisitor, offensive commander that has some really good control abilities, starts off in melee combat but can get ranged weapons and has a bit of support here and there too. The other Imperial Guard player is Yarrick as a Lord Commissar, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also support and begins with a refractor field. This is the Steel Legion elite scheme. And rounding off the red team, Max Power as a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. And he is floated over to the west side first, now going mid. Plague Champion on this eastern edge. It's much better for a Plague Champion on this map to be on one of the sides, since he can struggle to support and flank from the mid effectively with his pull mobility. You have double Heretics and zeetorq, looks pretty standard so far in terms of build. Lord Commissar trying to get in and tie up those CSM, but he's going to run straight into Heretics and is forced to retreat. It's actually a pretty decent idea to force off the Lord Commissar as soon as you can, as opposed to trying to bleed the Guardsmen, because Guardsmen reinforce for so little and the Lord Commissar brings so much. I think it's the same deal for the Inquisitor too. They do so much for the Imperial Guard army, especially early on when the Commissar can execute stuff and tie things up and get that really dangerous power sword. And Inquisitor, of course, can use Hammer of the Witches and stuff as well. It's Havoc's on the way for Cornholio. Just try and shut down that Guardsman blob and stop that Sentinel getting close, I guess. We might see the Chainsword and Storm Shield from Max Power if there's all this shooty stuff, but final push does get Assault Marines quite often, and yes, this Assault Marines are both of the Space Marine players in fact. Blue team trying to take mid, but here comes a Sentinel. Gonna stomp on your face and knock you off it. Ouch. You see that grenade launcher Heretics are generally a bad idea against Sentinels because they can easily dodge the grenades, but if they don't dodge them, they actually do a big chunk of damage. The Techmarine is going to be able to finish that cap, and it's XPhial here pretty much all alone for the time being. Where is Max's stuff? He's coming back out of base now, so he's most likely going to wait for Max to join him before he pushes mid. Max Power has the Iron Halo up and Assault Marines on the field. It's Spotters on the way for XPhial. I think the next purchase for Max and final push is going to be vital as Space Marine plays in the mid, though they maybe get some more scouts up, get double snipers going, or do they, as I suspect, go straight into tier 2, start again as plasma cannons and whirlwinds for the late game fights on Claderis. Plague Champion quite happily sitting behind heavy cover with some Nurgle worship there. Max Power being aggressive as you usually must do with Assault Marines. You've got to back them up, doing a lot of damage to these enemy Assault Marines because he has. No, he doesn't have the power sword. Wow. Seems to be doing a hell of a lot of damage pretty quickly to those guys. Good use of the jump by Max to disrupt the scouts and tactical Marines, and final push might be forced off the field here. And then it'll be Cornholio versus 2, but it looks like it's already going to be forced off by the Lord Commissar. Sentinel going in for a stomp. There it is. That should be enough to make these guys run off. There we go. Doesn't want to lose a model. Lord Commissar still chasing those Havocs. Got way too close. That was a bit wasteful there. And Raptors hitting the field for Cornholio. Can jump in amongst those double guardsmen and maybe eat a stomp, but suppressing these guys is going to be really useful. It's not like you can easily dodge the jump like you can avoid the firing arc of Havocs. And scouts getting the VP hit. Cornholio comes to defend. Final push coming back out of base right now. It's a double cap for red. Might be a very quick triple. Look at this. Max power now on the west side supporting. Doing a good job so far. Ordo Hereticus for the Inquisitor. Gives her huge amounts of energy. What's strange about it is, as you can see there, increases energy regeneration by a percentage, which is a bit weird. Usually it's a flat value. 408, 458. Everyone tier 2 apart from Final Push and zeetorq. zeetorq with a big fat tier 1, which is something I've noticed from zeetorq. He usually gets quite a lot of tier 1.5 units. Nothing wrong with that, of course. He's got Havocs and Noise Marines and some upgraded Heretics. And no, does not have Eternal War on the CSM. But looks like he has XPhial. Looks like he has his number here, pretty much. There's the Spotter's smoke shell going in. But he has a teleporting Sorcerer to deal with. And Noise Marines. And Havocs. And double Grenade Ultra Heretics. That is pretty tough. And as you can see, XPhial just trying to get to tier 2. Get something out. Most likely a Chimera, I guess. Meanwhile, mid, it's 386 to 258. And red team are holding mid quite well so far. Max Power straight away has that plasma cannon queued up for tier 2. And in fact, Final Push is floating here. He should be going tier 2 already. Havocs for Cornholio coming into play. Raptors can't quite finish off the Commissar, and they can't jump, unfortunately for them. Look at this though. Thunderhammer is in play, so the Raptors need to be really careful. A good way to use it is wait for the Force Commander to come to you, and then jump as far away as you can onto another enemy unit. That will either make the Force Commander pick another target, or he has to turn around and run all the way over to you. We have some Techmarines from Max. I wonder if we see some Stern Guard veterans. They do have their Sergeant. But you do see Max get the missile launcher a lot, so you might just be waiting for vehicles to hit the field. Final Push does eventually go to tier 2. That was pretty late though. Oh, it's a Manticore for Yarrick. Got it sat right on that natural wreck point in the middle of the map. Really good place to put it, since you can't shoot it straight from here because these two fuel tank things are shot blockers. So you need to go around a bit. Plasma cannon is set up, covering the VP. Need some flanking or jumping action. And the Chaos can do pretty well with that, of course, because they can get Bloodletters and Raptors up. Jump your Raptors in and suppress everything, and then the Bloodletters can approach and then teleport in relatively unscathed. But with a Thunderhammer Force Commander running around, it might be a little bit more tricky than usual. We have a turret over here on the east side. Final Push putting that there to try and control this contested power with gens on it, which can make a big impact, especially if the other natural over here gets bashed. XPhial pretty happy to hold his natural for now, it seems. And they're pretty happy to hold the contested as well. Not attempting a push quite yet. Max power of double plasma cannons. That might be a little bit overkill. Because if blue team have one good aggressive push, that could be devastating. Plague Champion has the Plague Fist. Help him cap. Ouch. Plasma Cannon gets a good shot on those Chaos Space Marines. I think it took out the Aspiring Champion. Or was it the Raptor Aspiring Champion? No, it wasn't. They still have theirs. 341 to 257. Assault Marines in amongst a bunch of guardsmen with their Sergeant. They did not use Merciless Strike there though. Would have killed a few models, but I guess they wanted to save that energy for another jump. I hear a Manticore Strike going off somewhere on the VP to protect it there. It's in a pretty tough place to get to. You can't go wide because there's two armies in the way. You have to go through here. And with double plasma cannons shooting at you, that might be tough. Sentinel gets a good stomp there. Need to try and spread out their melee units, that's for sure. Assault Marines and Raptors don't want to all get caught by that Thunderhammer. But here comes the Plague Champion doing his thing with the Plague Fist. Can he finish off this guy? Not quite. does have the armor of pestilence, so this guy's a pretty good capping tool right now, and a huge pain in the arse. I mean, he's even slower, but trying to shoot him down is tricky to say the least if he has Pestilent Strike available. Gonna take a model there. Yep. Oh, he used Aura of Decay, I should say, to no great effect by mistake, I think. Raptor jump. Tactical Marine's in trouble here. Not sure what Max is trying to do. Trying to set up a plasma cannon shot, maybe. There's the shots. And direct hit on the Raptor. But he does get away. And he actually done a good job to keep the Tactical Marines in play there. Marco's CSM are going to get jumped. There it is. And it's the Plague Champion trying to cap. There's Pestilent Strike. But didn't want to get hit by that Merciless, I guess. Did he finish the... No, I don't think he finished the animation for Pestilent. Tier 3 for final push. Tier 3 for max power. Sternguard veterans on the field for final push. Can use Hellfire to shoot up the Imperial Guard stuff really quickly. And Kraken, of course, does a good job versus heavy infantry. Wow, really nice plasma cannon shot. They usually completely screw up their shots when they're on elevation. They did pretty good there. We have 2 Manticores on the field now, one from each Imperial Guard player, and those things could be the game-winning units, because if everything gets past these double plasma cannons and stuff long enough to cap, you've got 2 Manticore strikes there. This is a dead sentinel though if it's not careful. Down it goes. Plague Marines helping out from zeetorq. Manticore strike goes in, was pretty nicely hit. They do have a Blastmaster here. They have a Blastmaster and a Plasma Cannon, but the Plasma Cannon is not mid. They've seen a lot of action over here from Yarrick continuing to push the VP, which is why he's kept the Plasma Cannon there, I think. Got a good hit on those guardsmen there. Uh-oh, friendly fire. Ouch. Took out a Stone Guard veteran, I believe. Yes, I think it did. Counter initiation jump from the Assault Marines. Do they get away without a loss? They do not. Oh, it's a good Dark Flames though. Really good Dark Flames. If you stand in it for the full duration, Dark Flames does huge amounts of damage. Yeah, and they've completely forced off XPhial. They might be able to get the natural. Really good push by the blue team. Wow. Really good push. Plague Champion runs away from that Thunderhammer, which is pretty scary. He's trying to put up a mine here, the Techmarine, with Artifice up. Couldn't quite finish it, I don't think. And is forced off. Ouch. Plasma Cannon continues to be a massive pain in the arse though. So, despite a really good push from blue, red team hold the mid VP. Auto Cannon getting shots in. That is stubbornness from the Lord Commissar, healing him up there. Every what? Every... well, it depends how many there are. It could be every 3 seconds. That is crazy. 240 to 422. Blue team have almost 200 VPs to make up, 180 or so. Not undoable, but red team looking relatively solid. I mean, they are vulnerable to those big aggressive pushes because they have a lot of... I mean, Max Power's got 2 setup teams, and the other units can't really stand up to a big push. Guardsmen certainly can't. I mean, Spotters won't. Tactical Marines won't want to get jumped. They do have the Thunderhammer. They do have some powerful heroes, and the Assault Marines with their Merciless Strike, though. What have we got in this Inquisitor? We've got a Crossbow Bolt Pistol, Excruciators, and Liber Heresius, so she is ready to use abilities all over the gaff. Still level 1, though. Uh-oh, Blastmaster hitting terrain, or rather objects. There's a jump. Not really anything here to stop this. Oh, waiting for final pushes jump. There it is. And these Stone Guard veterans need to change their ammo type. Hellfire won't really help you out against heavy infantry. 217 to 422. Oh, jump right into an assail. I was going to say, that's a good jump. Ouch. Plasma cannon shots left and right. Tactical Marines, I think, are going to go down. These CSM just need to turn around, but they do not. Sorcerer's there, though, and do finish off the Tactical Marine squad. Great and clean one on the way. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for both of the Space Marine players. 200, 422. Blue team are really still in this game. Those Manticore purchases slowed down the Imperial Guard players a lot in getting into tier 3 and getting tanks going. Has it really paid off? I'm not seeing the Manticores do a whole lot, but I guess, hey, red team still have the mid, so they're helping out there. 184 to 422. Plasma Cannon able to reinforce off this Nurgle Shrine. And we see absolutely no bunkers yet from the red team. I guess that's going to be a late game thing with the vehicles. Land Raider Redeemer hits the field. Great Unclean One hits the field for blue team. Max Power still has a quarter of the way to go for his. And we'll see who can use theirs the best, I guess. Techmarine will be able to repair his and use global repair, which he does have the red for, I think. Yes. Would love to see him drop a Venerable in the back here. There's pretty much nothing they could do about that. So that would be a really good choice. Thunderhammer there to counter-initiate the Raptors as expected, but they're drawing fire here. There's the Manticore strike. Plague Champion shrugs it off pretty nicely. And Great and Clean One leading the line. They can all now set that Land Raider as the retreat point, as can the red team. Another Manticore strike. They do have the Storm Eagle upgrades, so it's a Storm Eagle strike, I guess. Gotta get it used to that. Down goes the Force Commander. And he's going to need to be repurchased because he's pretty much the only thing standing in the way of everything getting jumped. Nurgle Vomit wiping out a Plasma Cannon. There's a foul snare. Great Clean One causing all sorts of problems. Here comes the Land Raider Redeemer. Driving backwards for some reason. Not that it matters, these things can't get rear armor hit, but you want it facing the front so it can shoot its twin linked assault cannon there. 150 to 401. Plague Champion in retreat is level 4. Plasma Cannon shot, a really nice Plasma Cannon shot. You see the domino knockback there. Wow, could have killed about 8 guardsmen, I think. Oh, some Chaos Terminators in the field for Cornholio. I imagine he's going to go for the auto cannon, keep them back, just keep them shooting the crap out of stuff. Although, if we see Max Power get Assault Terminators, which he does not, he gets regular Terminators. So, we're going to see them keep... I think we're going to see them with the auto cannon, surely. He could be aggressive with Lightning Claws and go after these guys, and go after everything pretty much, but... risky. 150 to 371. Great and Clean One doing a fantastic job. Oh, Doombolts hit terrain there. That was unfortunate for the Sorcerer. So red team are pinned back. Even their natural is under attack here. Leman Russes are on the field though. This one getting the Vanquisher for Yarrick, and XPhial already has the Vanquisher, but still no bunkers. How many vehicles do you want before you get a repair bunker? XPhial switching out to Interrogator's armor to help with decapping and stuff. Oh, Fist of Brockus in play. Another reason to focus down the Lord Commissar, I guess. But they are not doing so. Big mistake from Cornholio. That's a Manticore strike coming in here. 150 to 338. It lasts a hell of a long time, as you can see. So you really do need to force down the Lord Commissar. Have they even seen the enemy Land Raider? They might not have seen it. So 1-to-1. Assault Marines capping mid. Tanking some Plasma Cannon shots. And they do not finish it. Blastmaster getting a shot in just in time, and Plasma Cannon followed it up. Gonna be a crazy end game, I think. Look at this though. zeetorq taking red team's natural, causing all sorts of problems on this flank. Very, very defensive build from red team. Yes, it's good to be defensive on Refinery endgame, but you do need something that's a bit of a threat. Forward-thinking threat. And I think blue team have more of that right now. You have the Great Unclean One causing problems. They have Terminators and Raptors jumping in. Look at the rosters for the blue team. And now a Phobos for zeetorq. That could be really bad news for the Land Raider Redeemer there. Melter Bomb on the Lehman Russ, but it should be okay. Raptor's going to be shot down pretty quickly. Ouch. Oh, in fact, they're going to wipe out there. Fist of Brocker's coming in. Need to focus down the Lord Commissar. There we go. Cyclone Missile Barrage into a Manticore Strike. Good usage of abilities there by the red team. And they did a really good job forcing off that stuff. But look at that Nurgle Vomit. Wow. Everything retreats back to the Land Raider Redeemer, of course. It's going to be crazy. Both teams with the Land Raider. It's all about who can destroy the Land Raider first, I think. And the Phobos is going to help with that when it hits the field. Great and King One can draw a ton of fire, if nothing else. Poor Guardian are just getting absolutely owned by all the AoE stuff. But XPhial is losing his VP again. Has double Lehman Russes, as does Yarrick. But is there really room for these guys to maneuver in the mid? Good thing about tanks is that they deal a lot of damage and they are relatively mobile. If you just sit one still in danger, it's not going to last very long. There we see the Executioner. Mid is uncapped. Some Loyalist Terminators being chased down by a Thunderhammer Force Commander there, but he is persuaded to leave back to the Land Raider. Does anyone have a nuke? zeetorq is pretty close to it. Well, it's 344 red, so not that close to it. Nobody can cap mid here. Massive firefight going on. Sorcerer is jumping nothing. I think trying to get a Melter Bomb here, but it run into trouble. Plasma Cannons rule the Refinery maps, that's for sure. They get them out so quickly with no power cost. Plague Champion retreating off a bit quickly there, I think. Could have stayed in play there. Used the Pestilent Strike as well. Gets back safely to the Land Raider though, and there is also a Nurgle Shrine, so that stuff is going to be healing up really quickly. Going to be affected by both of those things. But look at this from zeetorq. This is the big difference at the moment. zeetorq is pushing his natural, and Yarrick is not really pushing a natural on this side. To be fair, there is a shrine there to get past. This is a Force Commander Terminator, really. That's a bit of a strange choice. Maybe he wants to get in and burn up that shrine area with a heavy flamer or something. Phobos now hunting for the Land Raider Redeemer, I think. zeetorq still doesn't have enough for a nuke. Gonna say he could drop an Abyss on this Land Raider and follow it up with the Phobos. Might be enough to take it down. Although, I mean, there's Lehman Russes all over the place. There's a Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminator squad as well. So it's dicey. It is dicey to try and push that thing in there. Can anyone cap the mid? The Plague Champion can't, but he did put up the Pestilent Strike. Can anyone use it to cap here? No. I guess with Plasma Cannons firing, it's going to be tough. Final push gets in there. Tries to force these guys out of setup at least. But they really need to take down the Land Raider here. Both teams need to go after them. If not, we're going to have a massive meat grinder in the middle. Everything just retreating back to the Land Raider. 150 to 259. Look at that. Final pushes Terminators get the cap. 2-1 now. zeetorq continues to push this side, and I think that's a good thing. You don't want double Imperial Guard and Space Marines all blobbed up in the middle defending one VP. You need to put pressure on the flank, and zeetorq is doing a really good job so far. That is the that thing, Warp Rift. Ouch, Manticore Strike was painful, but he could maybe try and get the decap with the Plague Marines, but let's look at the mid. Nothing can die because of the None Shall Fall. And red team are taking mid. Those guardsmen just disintegrating there, retreating back to the Land Raider. This Land Raider's pushed up quite a lot here. Max pushing forward very aggressively, knowing they could just retreat back to his Land Raider. He's gone for Lightning Claws on the Force Commander Terminator here. 138 to 244. The engagement never stops in the middle. Some awesome action here. How much DPS does this thing do? 32.67 autocannon DPS. That is not bad at all. 2-1 now for red. Can they hold it? Maybe, but I think they should start making roads up here just to distract some of Cornholio's stuff. So final push has Vanguard veterans, Terminators inside a Land Raider, and Stone Guard veterans. He's got the entire first company showing up, it seems. 108, 244, and my frame rate is dying. Plague Marine is trying to cap, but the Force Commander Terminator persuades them to leave. And wow, Manticores as well. It's going to be so tough to get in there. Phobos eating a Manticore as well. 95 to 244. This could be it. Red team could see this out right here. Triple Lehman Russes for Yarrick. Great and Clean One trying to get close, but that is tough. They really need a nuke to drop on here. zeetorq, 25 red away. Cornholio's getting reasonably close to a nuke as well. Manticore Strike goes off. Yet again. This is just crazy. Plague Champion going for a decap on mid, I think. Eating tank shots to the face. Pestilent Strike goes up, but not quickly enough to help him out. He needs the Mucus Discharge, I guess. 65, 244. zeetorq has now pretty much come mid with everything. He's given up, I think, pushing this VP with 2 Lehman Russes there, or has he? Maybe not. He's up to something here. Doombolts goes in. Blastmaster, I thought it misfired, but no, it does fire. Didn't do any damage there because they weren't actually caught in the explosion. They were just hit in the path. That is such a juicy nuke target there. There is None Shall Fall. Great and Clean One taking huge amounts of damage. Needs to get away. 39-244. Red team in the ascendancy, and it's their game to lose now. With 5 Lehman Russes, 1 Terminator squad and 1 Force Commander Terminator, and that Lehman Russ, that Land Raider I should say. That is a crazy army. Down goes a Chaos Predator. 27-244. Where is the nuke? zeetorq. Both of them can use a nuke here, and they're not doing so. They need to get close enough. Great, the Plague Champion desperately trying to get a decap, but gets shot down. He's actually purchasing Black Graham, which is really strange. 13-244. Valiant fighting to the end from the blue team. There's a nuke. There's double nukes. And Max is not moving his Land Raider. What the heck? Okay then. That was strange. Was it snared by something? I don't think so. GG says XPhial. But they took down the Land Raider with a double nuke on its face. And Max Power has Terminators left, and that is it. It has Assault Terminators, the Force Commander Terminator, and a Terminator squad. And with 3 VPs remaining, blue team get a single. These guys might finish this cap though. Even then, it's going to be a 1-to-1. Can XPhial get his VP back? Where is his infantry? Guardsman coming back out of base, trying to get that cap. 3 to 2-to-8. Meanwhile, the mid, it does not let up. Don't want to lose your land raider final push. Now that you have one and the enemy doesn't, it becomes so much more important. Lehman Russes are chasing it down though. It might be too late to get it out of there. No sign of global repair. He might have used it already actually. And down goes the land raider. So both land raiders are off the field. It's going to be a lot more frantic. Even more so. As stuff is actually forced to retreat back to base. That was a rocket run. Wiped out some heretics, I think. But not a whole lot else from what I could see. Look at the amount of tanks. What is going on mid here? I can barely see. 1 VP to 216. Cyclone Missile Barrage takes out the Lehman Russ. And look at this from zeetorq. He's pushing his VP out just the right time. And gets a decap at least thanks to his Mark of Corn CSM. Needs to get some more Plague Marines up, I think, zeetorq. He's floating huge amounts of resources. He could purchase anything. He's going for another Phobos. And that's a good choice. Assault Terminator is just about getting out of there. Wow, he has a lot of reinforcing and healing to do, Max. He might be off the field for quite a while here. This is interesting. It's a double cap for blue on 1 VP. Plague Marines are being very annoying, and finally XPhial could try and take back his VP here. Dark Flames though might force him off it. Yes, it does. Really good play from zeetorq. Gets his Plague Marines away just about, so. Single for blue. Plague Champion capping under Pestilent Strike. Tanks getting very, very angry. Max Tower of just 2 units on the field. There's 2 Terminator squads. Desperately trying to reinforce them, but his commander's actually down there. Another Manticore hits the field for Yarrick. They need something to push and cap though. It's basically up to Max to cap at this point, I think, because Guardsmen are certainly not going to be able to. Maybe the Lord Commissar can. He's level 7 with Stubbornness. Might be able to decap with his shield up or something. Great and Clean One's been awesome this game. Hit so many good vomits. And there's a foul snare. Can they force off the Lord Commissar immediately here before he's even able to start decapping? Vengeance Shrouds loaded in from the Stone Guard veterans. Final push is going after the Lehman Russes. Does not have Signum though. Double cap. XPhial cannot take his natural back, but here comes Max to cap it. A lot of stuff here though to damage them. zeetorq still has his CSM. Trying to get on rear armor of the Lehman Russ, but he's struggling to do so. He's going to run into Assault Terminator, which is not good. He's keeping the pressure up there, and as long as Max is on this VP, Max can't go mid to cap. Turret goes up. It's a torrential turret from Final Push. Storm Eagle on the Land Raider doing tons of damage, but it does live. That's zeetorq's Phobos. Lightning Claws here for the Assault Terminators. The Force Commander Terminator is where now? Coming back out of base. He must have been repurchased, I guess. Double cap for blue. They might actually hold on and do this. They made up like 200 VPs, I think, with 1 VP left. Red team just have nothing to cap with. Imperial has tons of vehicles. None of it can cap. But they're trying to decap blue team's natural now. Plague Champion not getting involved for some reason. He's got the Icon of Nurgle. There he goes. Touch of Nurgle on some heretics as well. They did not decap. 2 to 1. Turret bug, apparently. It's not firing. There we go. It is firing. And the las cannon. That is so much damage on those Terminators. Max desperately trying to get that cap. Ouch, no go vomit. Takes out 2 Terminators, good grief. 1 to 21. Absolute mayhem here. Can the blue team hold on for an epic comeback? zeetorq continues to push this VP. And this has been absolutely vital because XPhial cannot get it back. There's nothing to cap with. He is wreck staffed like crazy and can't get some infantry up. Max Power's assault terminators are still here. Mid is going to turn blue, it looks like. And they're going to get that double cap again. Maybe even a triple cap. Plague Marines are here. Yeah, I think this is it. They're going to get a triple cap and win with it. Yarrick still trying to go after this VP here. And there it is. GG from XPhial, GG from Max Power. And blue team win it with a single VP remaining. Wow, this is a good heroes end of the game. A level 8 Plague Champion. He set himself up for a refinery game, didn't he? With Plague Fist, Pestilence, and a late Icon of Nurgle. I think maybe he could have gone for a Mucus Discharge earlier and got a few more decaps, maybe, when he couldn't before. Maybe. Techmarine level 5 of Plasma Gun and Artificer. Made him tough, but I didn't actually see the mines do anything. Maybe they did. Sorcerer level 6. zeetorq did a great job pushing that natural VP. Had Sword of Flame, Demon Armor, and Sigil of the Rift. Level 3 Inquisitor, really? Only level 3. So much stuff died. Had Crossbow Bolt Pistol, Excruciators with Interrogators also, and Lab Hereticus. Max Power as a Force Commander Terminator with some Lightning Claws. Looking pretty mean. And a level 8 Lord Commissar, Fist of Brockus, Stubbornness, and the Flak Jacket. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.